For a challenge, I'm attempting to maintain a Rimworld colony consisting of 100 skillless, passionless pawns on merciless difficulty, and with Randy Random as the storyteller. It's basically running a colony of lemmings. Each pawn learns at a painfully slow rate of 35% the normal learning speed, so each one of them is, for all intents and purposes, an ant, performing one specific task inside of a giant hive. Some are planters, some are builders, some are researchers, and so on and so forth, though they are very much dependent upon one another for survival. The main killers of colonies of this nature are 1. Starvation, which can occur rapidly and with almost no warnings, since they consume hundreds of meals each day. 2. Mass hysteria caused by mental breaks, often accompanied by a cold snap, heat wave, or psychic drone, or something else. Or 3. Some god-awful storyteller event. Randy Random aims to keep colonist counts between 4 and 13. It's actually written into the code of the game, so expect things like mass infestations and extremely powerful raids. In my testing, I've tried to eliminate a lot of the chance for things like this by filling in every single mountain gap, lest the unthinkable happen. Since I want a fairly bare-bones version of this challenge, everyone in my colony is going to be an ascetic so that they can have the bedroom structure I'm planning on and still be happy. In playtesting and in others' attempts I've seen for such a challenge, the main killer is starvation in the first week. The wildlife can't possibly support 100 hungry colonists. The game simply wasn't designed for this, so we'll need a large store of food to get us through the first week, as well as a large map size. In an attempt to minimize the hysteria and starvation, I attempted various amounts of pemmican and meals to keep my colonists happy throughout testing, and it seems like they can consume about 200 meals, or around 2,000 pemmican a day. Give or take for various factors, food binges, so on and so forth. Since rice takes a little under a week or so in the game's time to grow, and we want a smooth transition into our first cook, I'll be spawning in with about 20,000 units of pemmican, 300 meals, 300 beers, 300 smoke leaf joints, 100 pairs of pants, and enough wood to get us started on our constructions. I tried lesser amounts, though it seems that they can't quite make the hurdle of the first week with much less than that. I think this supply-dependent scenario is more interesting than simply making everyone nudists and iron-willed, since it forces urgency in getting set up. It's also great because they end up sitting in the stockpile room having tailgates, shotgunning beers, and smoking together when many other colonists are launching into mental breaks and going insane. But the ultimate goal will be to keep most of them alive to launch into outer space. Okay, so we've just spawned in with our 100 colonists. They're all more or less identical. They have no skills in anything. They're all ascetics, and you're going to see why that plays into my game plan in a second. We have a lot of stuff, and I know this looks like a lot, but this is pretty much the bare minimum that you need for a bare bones survival here. Assuming that nothing really terrible goes wrong, like that we don't get an infestation on day 1 or something like that. Other than that, I've designated a lot of basic tasks for these colonists to carry out. I wanted to have a massive rice grow zone pretty much over half the map, because I don't want to think about food. The main killer for colonies like this is food, barring the unthinkable. That and beds. Now, we won't have beds in night 1. If we focused everybody on construction, we could probably get, 90 beds or so done from the first day, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm getting them sleeping spots, and then we'll get the basic layout done, and then hopefully once they're done with that, they can work on the beds and hopefully get better quality to the beds from slightly more construction experience. Other than that, it's just going to be kind of a mad rush. I want to make sure that everybody's doing their job, so I have haulers doing hauling, because we have a lot of stuff to haul back. None of this is a stockpile zone, and it's still going to take them a few days to bring it all in. But I guess the rest of my base is just like stockpile zone, another stockpile zone. I hope that that's not overhead mountain, because then we could use this section here. We've got research that's going to happen here eventually when we get that set up. More joy sources. Eventually there will be a dining room and a kitchen that's laid out more or less as I would want a mass kitchen to be laid out for now. At least until we have the good technology. That, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's just going to take them a really long time to get some of these basic tasks done, though. But I want a lot hauling, and I want a lot planting the first day. And then we'll get our builders some experience. The real grind is to get the builders. What are you doing? You're hauling the steel back. Okay, that's fine. The real grind is to get the builders up to level 4 or so, because then new constructions become available to us. We can get, like, power sources going. Good, good. Okay, we may have to kill these wild boars. I don't want them eating our shit. And I also... Well, I don't want everybody to be incapacitated from the first second from having to fist fight a bunch of wild boars. So maybe we'll wait on that just a little while. I've also had them make knives and clubs forever. Eventually I want them to get to be able to make short bows. Not really because there's so many animals, but because it would help them attacking any kind of target en masse. Okay, great. We're getting more of this done. They should be able to get some rice planted in the first day. Now, what else can we do? We want to keep an eye out for any area of infestations, because if Randy puts... If there's, like, one unroofed overhead mountain area, we will be screwed. If there's any overhead mountains, Randy's gonna spawn a huge infestation there. I know it because I've tried it a bunch of times. Let's see, we got 100 minor break risks, but that's mainly because we don't have the smoke leaf and the beer and the storage yet, and they aren't managing that right. These things actually deteriorate alarmingly quickly, the smoke leaf joints, so we want to get those in as soon as possible. I think they go for those pretty fast, though. Especially because they're closer. Yep, they've already got a lot of it. What else? Okay, so it's been 3 hours. Just to give you, an idea of what 100 colonists can do in 3 hours, it's awesome. I can't imagine what it would be like to do 100 with all passions. That'll be the next one. 100 colonists, all passions, no skills. That would be incredible. But for right now, we want to try them out as lemmings. Oh, God. Can you imagine what kinds of things would be sent to me? Okay, and we got a first one, a sad wander. Just only because it's chilly. It's currently 47 degrees Fahrenheit out, but that's not so bad. That's not so bad, to be honest. Oh, man, where are our miners? Are our miners mining yet? I do want to get some of this stuff mined out. Okay, I'm gonna deassign the miners from growing. I tend to overestimate how much growing they need to do. They do need a lot of food, but barring the unthinkable, we should have enough food for the first week. And I know it seems like we've got a ton, like you'll never need food again, but trust me, they go through about 2,000 pemmican in a single day. So, for these guys, this is the minimum amount of food to get them started. Just about. I don't know, maybe if I went to a larger map size. I think I'm on like 275 by 275. Which is about the extent of normal, but you could go to like 300, but then the AI starts behaving weird or something like that. So I don't want to do that. Okay, good, good. We're getting more fields going, and we got a few rooms. Insulting spree on Dr. 1. You know what? I'm just gonna stop him from that. You 5, punch him to death. Not to death, obviously. But let's just see, we want to take this man back. We want to be humane, but we also want... Okay, let's see. He got only bruised and cracked by human fists, so this is fine. I don't want him to, I don't want anybody to bite each other, because then they can get infections. So as much as possible, I just want to have them fist fight each other. So I think that that's the best prescribed action. I have lost a couple colonists at the beginning here. Okay, great, so they are starting to take out the smoke leaf. Good job, boys. Alright. Looks like 5 of them have had that so far. I'm surprised there's not more beer, but there should be in the first day, like a massive tailgate. They should start to just go at the shotgunning beers in the back. Okay, unhappy nudity, but they will take care of that, because I've had this happen several times, but usually within about 24 hours, they all manage to find pants. This is not of a concern. Minor break risks slowly dropping. The temperature outside is rising. Really, any small creeping thing, like the temperature or like a rainstorm, can send a colony like this into a massive daze. Let's hold open this door, too. Not too concerned about temperature regulation. I just want to have rooms designated, but I want them to still be able to get around fast. I'm also going to leave these hallways empty, at least for a little while, just because I think regulating with the outdoor temperature is fine, and I don't know how good ventilation they're getting all cooped up in here. Okay. I need to make a decision about these wild boars, too. Is that vomit? No, that's trees. Okay. Alright, they should have enough of this to do. They need recreation variety, but I have given them a joy source. They have wooden horseshoes pins. They'll eventually be able to use those once we build them. Now, what are you all doing? Are you all wandering? Going for a walk. Okay. Let's go for a walk and then kill some wild boars on the way back. Now, I'm gonna have them all gang up on the wild boars as a group. Come on. Okay, good, they got one. Now, we'll want to bring in backup only in case if they all turn on us, because what do we have here? 7? That may not be enough. Let's draft everyone and we'll just have a few of you guys make a sacrifice for the whole group. Okay, good. Hopefully they won't all turn on us and have a big boar war. I think that was an actual war. The Boer War, though, it was. Okay, we got another one. Wild boar revenge, but that's only a single boar. That's not the whole pack. Okay, great. We got the rest of them. Come on, get the boars. Great. If we could get this without anybody getting bitten by a boar, that would be fantastic. Okay, great. And wow, alright, and you know what? Just for the sake of taking out the rest of the wildlife, let's just have them do that. Wait, nobody go anywhere. I want to make sure nobody got bit. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put Dr. WebMD to help you. Okay, stab. Okay, he got stabbed by a tusk. This one got bitten, this one got stabbed. This one got bitten. That's not good. I don't want them to get infections, but I think it's better that than having a bunch of wild boars roaming around in here, doing God knows whatever wild boars do. As soon as they get these butcher tables up, too, they should start work on that. You actually work on the butcher table, because I want our cooks to get some sort of experience right away. Okay, it looks like we've got everybody healed up from the wild boar fights. Honestly, I prefer this. We may lose 1 or 2 of these guys, but it wouldn't be such a big deal in the grand scheme of things. We need the cooks to get their cooking experience right now, because otherwise they'll be going really, really slow when they finally get some rice in their hands. Let's see, only 2 major break risks. For a colony of 100, that's pretty great. I'm just waiting till one of our doctors gets stoned on smoke leaf and tries to make a diagnosis. Dude, just like put a band-aid on it or something. Oh god. Need recreation, variety, unhappy. They should start to cure or fix their unhappy nudity. But it looks like we've got enough people going out to haul this stuff that we shouldn't have anything deteriorate too badly within the first couple days. Otherwise, I would just have them all do that, but insulting spree on hauler 5. You know what, we've actually got a few guys down, so I'm just gonna let him go off on the insulting spree. I think most of the people are going to sleep, so I don't know if you can get insulted in your sleep, but we should be... He's just insulting this guy in his sleep. Nope, I don't think that he can... Okay, he's insulting passers-by, but he can't insult anybody else, so that's fine. You know what, go on your insulting spree, nobody cares. Okay, we have a social fight, also not too bad, unless if they bite each other. Crack, bruise, human fist, stab. Okay, that was from the wild boar desks. Alcohol is making his body warm. Wow, okay. Stoned, okay, so this guy had both alcohol and smoke leaf. Well, at least he's making use of all of the resources available to him. Alright, and you know what, what's probably more important is that it's been only, what, a day? And we've managed to get about a quarter of our rooms done. You know, we're gonna need beds in them soon, but that's fine. We've got about, I would say about half the stuff that we start, maybe less than half, but we'll focus more people on hauling tomorrow. And probably fewer people on planting, because the main thing that we need is to get that first crop of rice into the ground. And let's also just, we're gonna just pray that they get 1 grand sculpture right. We'll have them just make it forever. Eventually we can, you know, sell these things, so it's good for the colony, so we'll just do that. The main reason why why are there still boars alive? Oh, they recovered. No, we'll have to kill them. Okay. Their sacrifice was in vain. I should have finished them off. I thought that they would bleed to death. Unfortunately, they did not have knives on them, though. Alright. Next time, we will kill them. Okay, we've killed off the remaining wildlife in our base, so they will hopefully not eat our food. A couple of people are injured. They should recover from that. We might lose... Once again, we might lose a couple of them. But let's just see. We want to get a bill out to butcher the creatures, okay? Because there are now far too many corpses. Let's also expand this corpse zone so they can bring in the rest of them. Now, these will start to deteriorate, and I'm not even sure that we'll be able to make these into meals. But it will be cooking experience, nonetheless. Let's also get... Okay, the builders are currently just having a tailgate over there. That's honestly fine. Artist 2 is getting to the smoke leaf right away. Good. Builder 8. You're great. Okay, let's get you some campfire work here. Because we do want to make these into meals. If we can get more meals out of this, that would be great. Now, the fields are mostly planted, so I think I'm going to put some of our haulers and even our cleaners on hauling next, because I don't want to have enough food, but then have all of this other stuff deteriorate, because it'd be worse if we lost all this. So let's get them onto that. Okay, since it's a lot of designations, I'm probably just going to speed through this part too. Okay, we're at 10 hours on, what is this now, day 3? Days passed since your revival, so, okay, 1 day's passed. We should have most of the walls up today. I've also got the cooks working in here, and we're going to make meals forever, because at this point, I think there's no real limit. It would be like 2,000 meals, so that may as well be forever. Campfire will add build, cook simple meal forever. Okay, now, they should butcher the rest of these. That's going to get them some cooking experience. We've also got this area dug out, so that's going to slightly increase our efficiency as well. Let's get a wooden door here. I know I'm going to need that one open. What else? I want them to get up a research table soon. Is this boar dead? Okay, the boar is dead. We also want to bring in the rabbit. And let's see how our other folks are doing. And we got a sad wander's fine. No worries with that. Okay, you got a bite from a raccoon teeth, but fortunately no infections from those wounds. Let's see, are you doing that? We're gonna add in another build to butcher the creatures, and it looks like our cooks are getting right off to work on cooking, so I'm not gonna do too much else there. But where the hell are our other cooks? Are they in the fields? Insulting spree, we'll just leave that one's fine. And it looks like they're gonna bring in the rest of this stuff. I would say by tonight, or possibly tomorrow. But they'll probably have just barely enough time to do that. The cooks, okay, the cooks are helping with that. That's great. That's fine. That's fine. Jesus. These things are spoiling, though, because they're outdoors. So let's get a roof up over this stockpile zone. Whoops. Looks like I didn't have the butcher creature builds up. So we'll have the cooks finish off their butchering. They've got a lot of animals to work on here. They should get right to work on that. And it looks like our builders are actually starting to get work on these stoves, so we can do that next. Food binge, hide in room, also not such a big deal. We have plenty of food to start. And now I think, good, they're getting over the fertile grow zone, or the rich soil. So now, how much longer till these ones deteriorate? Okay, you know what, they're holding up out there, and the wildlife hasn't done as much to these things as I thought they would. So we're okay, and we're getting to work butchering good. We want to get our cooks as good as possible, as fast as possible. Another smoke leaf binge, but I haven't had anybody get addicted to anything. I don't know if they can at the frequency that I've got them going. Only if they went to really extreme measures. Okay, we've got only one extreme break risk. Sometimes it's good to just peer into the minds of a few of these pawns, see what they're thinking. Uncomfortable, disturbed sleep times 3. That's because we still haven't gotten the bedrooms all separated yet. Slept in the cold, slept on the ground. We want to get rid of those soon, too. Alright, so the builders are pretty much done with this. Let's just get simple meals going here. More simple meals do forever. Did I do this one do forever? Okay, there we go. Yeah, at this point, I'm really going to want to prioritize getting the beds and the last of the stuff hauled in. So let's just let them sleep one more night, and then have our builders go do a massive job finishing off all the beds. Honestly, in retrospect, maybe the beds would have been better off first, but I think it helps me maintain sanity. And it's also... Has any of them gotten trapped? Sometimes, yeah, see this kind of section right here, when they fail to build like that? Sometimes someone will get stuck in there and will just be starving slowly, and I will not notice. So fortunately that has not, at least as far as I can tell, it has not happened. But there may very well be somebody dying in here. Intense pain, unsightly environment, slept on the ground, but you know what? No infection risk, so I'm fine with that. Alright, let's speed up to tomorrow, and then we will get the rest of these butchered, and some actual beds, hopefully. Okay, we're getting a lot of mental breaks now, even for a colony like this, so why didn't we finish this door, guys? Okay, we gotta finish off the door. We're gonna have the builders do that. I should probably have them cut down some of these trees in the hallways too, because I'm starting to realize that this is really taking them a long time to get through. Every single time they want to walk through the goddamn hall, they do that. But everybody's so focused on the fields. I'm going to have them also all switch over to construction really quickly, just because I think that the lack of comfort from the beds is the main thing that's causing them pain right now. Like, en masse. So I'm just going to delete all of my beds. I know this is going to piss off a few of them, but it's in general going to be a really good thing. We'll switch them all over to building, and we're going to replace every single one of these things with beds by the end of the night. Okay, I know it seems like a lot, but I really want these beds done. So I'm just going to switch everybody over to making beds. They should even come out of the fields for this. Yep, good. They'll haul out the rest of the stuff. Okay, this is the right move. It's not like the builders are really making such better quality beds. We get our beds done. Did we get... There was a downed guy over here a second ago. Sometimes it's good to just scan through that. Okay, great. We are gonna finish off the beds by the end of the night. Great, Hauler 3 can get in bed, and this should, in general, improve their thoughts all around. We've also got the fields growing, so I'm not too worried about that. It would be nice to bring in this stuff, but at the same time, I think that the mental breaks are starting to get to them, and then I don't want to let that happen any longer. I just want to make sure nobody gets trapped. Insulting spree days, not really so bad. Let's also get these things out of there, too. Haul any rocks out of here. Cut any trees that are in the hallway. Whoops, there we go. You know what, why don't you just cut all the oak trees down? All the oak trees in the hallway, Jesus. Then you cut the poplar trees. There we go, and then let's get more wooden doors. Man, watching them do construction projects en masse is actually very nice, I must say. Extreme break risk. Only one extreme break risk, though, and we still have lots of smoke leaf and beer. Alcohol binge, that's pretty much fine. Have we at least got this stuff roofed? Yep, okay, this stuff is roofed. Alcohol binge. There we go. Alright, and they do have tables to eat at now, too. That's fantastic. Okay, insulting spree. More research, more smoke leaf binges, more alcohol. Well, that's only to be expected when we have that much of it in here. Days Sad Wander, area revealed, smoke leaf binge, area, where was the area revealed? Okay, this area, fuck. Okay, we gotta get that sealed up tight fast. Shit, smoke another one. Well, you know what, at least it's gonna get them high, so they won't go crazy as fast. Alright, we're gonna just do it wall by wall. Let's do it like this, we're gonna slowly wall it in. No one gets trapped, everybody's happy. No one gets trapped, everybody's happy. Now, we've got an alarming number of them on smoke leaf binges. Alcohol binge, smoke leaf binge, alcohol binge. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any withdrawal symptoms, though fortunately they got, I would say, 90 out of 100 of those beds done tonight, so that is just great. Oh, and they even hauled in everything else, too. With the massive demand for wood. How much wood do we have left? We have no wood. Wow. We used up a lot of wood really fast. I may need to designate more of these trees to be removed. Let's go back in there. We'll get chop wood. Well, you know what? We're chopping the wood here anyway, so that's fine. Well, we're gonna need even more, so let's go over there. Okay, another days, but that's fine. It's really surprising the number of smoke leaf and alcohol binges. I'm somewhat disappointed. I thought they would just wander in dazes more. And an eclipse. Eclipse is not that bad. Let's expand this zone over here. This is crazy. Oh, man. Okay, well, fortunately, the cooks are almost done with their area, so we will be ready for meals as soon as they come up. Now, we'll need about 2,000 meals to feed this entire colony, but that may as well be forever, because they're just going to be cooking all the time, so I'm just going to have it be forever. I don't even think we're gonna need some of these fires anymore. If we're getting done with these fueled stoves, I'm just gonna get rid of them. It's only gonna make the room hotter if I have so many of them in here. What is it, 42 degrees Fahrenheit there? Jeez. Alright, well, we got most people in bed. Let's see one of their minds. Chilly, unsightly environment, disturbed sleep times 3, but he is going back up to a stable mood point, and a lot of these guys are actually, that was from a catharsis, but most of these guys, even without such crazy changes, are feeling better. Kind of makes you think that a colony that starts off with ascetics, where everyone has, like, abysmally low expectations, they would be okay. Alright, now the only ones that I'm really looking out for are Berserk, Murderous Rage, and, whatchamacallit. Not really Tantrum, but, yeah, Murderous Rage. Anything that causes them to kill each other or giving up. Those would not be good if they started to happen to our colony, so we want to prevent those at all costs. Are we going to lose the last of this food? This doesn't even really make a difference anymore. It's a couple pairs of pants. Some miner's sleeping out here. We'll just leave him to his misery. Good, you brought in the medicine. Really, the medicine is the last valuable thing that I need. Oh god. What should we name it? Those actually sound sufficiently ridiculous. This is Republic Alliance of Isorunt. Bakerstown, I don't like that. Hembrie, Graton, Explorer's Grassland. Suits me just fine. Smokeleaf Pinch. Now, if only we could have some animals. I don't feel like I have as much time for jokes with all the craziness happening. Do forever. Alcohol binge. More alcohol. Man, these guys are a bunch of raging alcoholics. Though fortunately, we'll soon run out of alcohol. We've got only 43 bottles left. Good, they're gonna finish off the construction today. There's blood all over the ground. Berserk Dr. 5. We are gonna want to stop that. Oh no. Maybe I'll name him Dr. Kevorkian. Miner 7, why don't you help out there? Kill the doctor. Well, don't kill him, but break him. Good, they should win that fight. Colonist needs rescue. Good, okay, they did a good job there. Nice job, lads. Let's rescue that doctor who just turned on us. Okay, good, they are running out of beer now, so they should be done with that soon. We're waiting for the first harvest. That's gonna be the real first time that we can relax. Ambrosia Sparrow. This is wonderful news. Okay, let's get, the grow zone. Let's make a grow zone over that. And do not allow sowing. Okay, so we will get ambrosia in a few weeks. Obviously, we'll have to add that to the drug policies, so we'll go in there in a bit. Actually, why not right now? Let's go drug policies. Social drugs, ambrosia, same deal. I don't remember how addictive it is. I'll make it the same as smoke leaf, pretty much. Every 2 days. The fact is that we just won't have that much of it. I'll just give it to them about the same amount as smoke leaf. Alright, what are we doing today, lads? Hauling the rest, and then they should finish that. Doctor 2, but that's fewer mental breaks, actually. No longer incapable of walking, that's great. Great. Okay, the next thing I'm going to want to do is seal up this possible infestation. So let's just get a builder. A few of our builders. That guy's drinking... Needs wood. Okay, so we don't have wood is the problem. Fuck. We are going to have to prioritize a lot of people on plant cutting then, because that's going to be the next important thing. That's the only way that we can quickly get walls up in here. And I might even just reallocate some of this limestone to the broken down part. Let's just see. Yeah, we could put this back over there. Alright, let's bring this over. Deconstruct. Alright, I'm gonna get them to work on filling that gap, and then we should be safe. Okay, the greatest of my worries has now been patched up. I've literally filled in the crack in the wall where there could have been an infestation. At this point, everybody has a bed. I couldn't be happier with that fact. I don't know, we still have 13,000 pemmican left, and how far are we off from the first harvest? We're still a ways off from the first harvest, but I think that's gonna be enough for us to get to the first harvest. Why is there a mine? Okay, he's just sleeping on the ground because he doesn't have a bed. That should be enough to get us through to the first harvest, though, I think. At this point, I'm going to take people off of construction, and I'm going to put them back into the fields. That should be enough food for us to survive. And we are not all about to snap mentally. I'd say that this was a win, and I'd say that we're pretty much done here for this point. We'll get a couple more bills going for our cooks to just get them ready to cook. But I don't know, I think that this is kind of mission accomplished for the beginning? I don't know, it will be determined once we get the first harvest. Obviously, we're gonna want to set up these crafting areas, too. We'll eventually get wood around here. Let's do like that. Give them space to walk, but also keep it somewhat efficient. Let's put that there, and let's also just make sure there's no exposed mountain there. Okay, we are fine, we are safe. Wow, we are good. Alright, let's just harvest more trees, get to plant cutting, and then, I'd say we're done. Okay, so for my first research, I'm going for batteries. We'll eventually get a torch up in there, and we'll also probably want to lay down some wood floors. We're gonna need to harvest a lot more wood. I didn't realize that we'd gotten so low on it. But, there it is. Major brick risk times 5. We've still got 177 smoke leaf in surplus. We've got 3743. I would say, didn't we start planting over here first, though? Okay, so we're around 50% grown, and we've got about 12,000 pemmicans. So that's enough for about 6 days. And so then the pemmican should outlast. Yeah, the pemmican should outlast for the first harvest, and that'll give our cooks enough time to get good at cooking so that they can make meals, and everyone will be throwing up in a few days. So, pretty painful start, but you know what, we managed to avoid that. We have mined, you know, everybody's been more or less specialized in their jobs. Are builders at a decent construction level yet? That's really the last thing I want to check before I break. 2 construction. Alright, so it's coming along slowly but surely, and everyone sticks to his or her task. Everybody's glad. Everybody's fed. The entire place doesn't go to shambles. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you want to see next, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!